I'm David O'Hare from Trócaire. I'm here in the Middle East on a visit to see the refugees and people affected by the fighting in Syria. This situation's reached crisis point. In fact, it's well past crisis point, and things got worse in the last few months. Over 9 million people, Syrians, need humanitarian assistance at the moment. Over half of them children. That's quite a shocking statistic. 2.2 million people have actually had to flee the country. They've gone to neighbouring countries like Jordan, like Lebanon. And I've been here visiting refugees on the border in both Jordan and Lebanon to see how they're coping and to see how the money raised by Trócaire at home in Ireland is helping people here on the ground. Some of the images have been quite shocking that I've seen. I met a mother of 6 sitting in a bare 4 walls, very basic accommodation, no toilet facilities. She was sitting on mattresses supplied by Trócaire. She had food supplied by Trócaire, but she'd arrived with absolutely nothing else apart from the clothes that she and her children stood up in. One of her daughters had very severe disabilities, and she was obviously bewildered about what was going on. This lady had left her home in Homs in Syria. Her husband had been arrested in a government crackdown. That was 18 months ago. She still doesn't know if he's alive or dead. It really defies belief what these people are going through. We're asking for people's help at home. You've been very generous as usual to our appeal, and the Irish people have raised over €750,000, over £700,000 sterling to help our relief effort here, but more is needed. The people of Lebanon and of Jordan have been extremely generous themselves, opening their borders and their arms and their hearts to their neighbours. But remember, these aren't rich Middle East countries. These people have their own problems, and it's coming to breaking point for the neighbouring countries. So Trócaire is asking for 3 things. Number 1, the fighting's got to stop in Syria. That's a given. People are still being killed, they're still being injured, there's still all sorts of atrocities going on in Syria. The fighting has to stop. The second thing is we need access to people in Syria. Trócaire's lucky that we work with partners on the ground in Syria itself, but we need unhindered and protected access to help the millions still inside the borders of Syria. The third thing, and just as importantly, is we need the international community to sit up and take heed. People who have influence, governments, international bodies who have influence in this region need to do something now. Their own interests should not come into it. We need a political settlement. Every day that this conflict goes on, more suffering and more devastation takes place. Trócaire will be benefiting from a church collection in all Irish Catholic churches across the island, north and south, on the 16th and 17th of November. Please give what you can. You can also find out more about the appeal at trócaire.org. Thank you.